This is just the beginning.
It takes courage to overcome your past.
No one said that the road to the top was easy.
That does not define me.
Through it all, I've kept the faith.
R&B Divas premieres Monday, August 20th at 10 on TV1.
Okay. Now, the other thing, now, as I said, in England is quite different. So half of the people on Houghton Chat, they are based in the States. And so they kept saying, oh, Nicci, R&B Divas. And I was like, what is that? Because we didn't get to see it here.
Thank God. No wonder the record's doing so well.
So can you explain?
Watch it.
Yeah, no, because we don't get to see. Even BT doesn't show in the UK anymore. Yeah. But how did that come about, Nicci? How did R&B Divas Atlanta come about?
No, I'm joking. R&B Divas Atlanta, I always say, was one of the biggest learning experiences of my life. It was a series. So in addition to being, a singer, just like we said, all around creative and opportunities to brand other things and, generate revenue and build properties. And that was what that was for me. It was a series that I created. I reached out to, actually, Soul Kittens Cabaret, which was a musical stage play that Tisha was a part of, and Selena Johnson and Monifa and Faith and, a lot of Angie Stone, a lot of those women were a part of, happened. And I remember us filming the behind the scenes, like Tisha, that's crazy, right? We were doing our own sort of documentary of Soul Kittens Cabaret.
Back then,
right? All the way back then, before R&B Divas.
Absolutely.
So I was like, you know what? I saw the Housewives and I was like, there's a space for artists who are, working to get back on top, to share their stories and their journeys authentically. So I started documenting and I reached out to the ladies and I was like, hey, and Tisha was originally supposed to be a part of it, but it turned into one of those, well, what are you doing outside? Long story short, they wanted people who were established in the 90s. Tisha's a baby. And I reached out to Faith and I said, hey girl, I have this amazing idea. I have a bunch of really dope people on board. We need an anchor. And Faith is one of my real friends in the industry. We've been friends since before her career jumped off, when she was singing background at Showtime at the Apollo, I think, for Christopher, maybe. Was it Christopher? Anyway. So put this thing together and it was hugely successful for a network in the States called TV1. Okay. But unfortunately, I wasn't aware of the importance of owning the content. And it started to derail and become a stereotypical sort of, animosity and tension and stress for these women because we weren't in control of the narrative, right? Mm-hmm. We couldn't say, hey, we're not going to do this. We could, but you say that. And again, like the contracts in the 90s, there's always somebody waiting in the wings, right? Mm-hmm. So I left the show and it wasn't on good terms at all. I left the show because I felt like it had changed directions. I didn't want to be a part of the negative press or the negative energy. I got off early after the second season. I only did the second season because the network asked me, Nicci, please, we really need you to do this. I think the show was a brilliant first season. I think it was awesome. And I think it really, to this day, helped relaunch some careers. So I don't regret any of it. But I think the lesson in that is that you have to have ownership. You have to have the ability to say, no, we're not going to do that because that is not who we are. And because I did not have that, I think that is the reason the show is no longer here. But, it helped a lot of careers.
And the other question Phil asked was, are you still friends with any Monifa and
I want to do a compilation album with all R&B singers.
Let's give a welcome to Faith Evans, Nicci Gilbert, Selena Johnson, Kiki Wyatt, and Monifa.
Usually when I walk into a photo shoot, it's a rack full of clothes. Isn't that how you used to things going?
I don't mean to be offensive. I just want to be taken seriously as a businesswoman.
Can you support our union?
I don't support it.
I see some Miss Thing Honey Child all up on my husband.
We don't need to pressure you to not have your husband around you again. I don't care what you know. Let me finish.
Fire. I'm like, this is not gonna be good.
Nothing if I don't have him.
When you step on that stage and you got 10,000 people out there, you better be good.
R&B Divas, Mondays at 10 on TV1.
So Kiki is my sister.
Oh, Kiki, okay.
She, thank God, reposted without even having to ask her. Faith, of course, I don't have an issue with any of the women. Monifa and I go back to long before R&B Divas. In fact, Tisha and Monifa are, we all kind of started this whole thing, right? The R&B Divas thing started with Tisha, Monifa, Didi, and Sokins and R&B Divas. So we all kind of, we're cool. We're good. I think that there are still some moments of healing that can take place, but we're all focused on work and moving forward in a positive direction.
Yeah. As I said, unfortunately, we didn't get to see it here, but
that's not unfortunate.
It's not unfortunate.
Not
okay.
at all.
Yeah, it's but I think that's the one thing that you have said, and we started about the writing part and that sense of ownership and stuff, and I do know that you on your Instagram sort of Brownstone official, the shows that you're sort of documenting, doing a sort of documentary of your comeback. Is this a way of saying, okay, we're going to be doing stuff our way and having our own control, and we don't need networks? We can actually, there are avenues to sort of put our content out and control. Yeah.
I mean, which is why it's so important when we look we're completely independent. This is really literally us saying, okay, we got to take and reinvest pretty much every dollar. You know what I'm saying? So to see the impact of something that most people will be like, okay, well, it's not the Billboard charts. You're just number 1 on the R&B charts in UK. That is huge for us. And being number 24 in the company of Lil Nas X and Bruce Springsteen and the Spice Girls and Shania Twain on the mainstream charts is huge for us. So absolutely, that is what the statement is. It is a statement to our ability to be a Black woman-owned enterprise independently, and know that because we have taken care of our brand and we haven't been out here doing crazy stuff all the way like that, people still can appreciate it and support us. It means the world to us. It means that it's possible for the future to take control of your independent art and not have it convoluted or diluted by a big machine. Although we're interested in a big machine. Partner. Okay. Not a boss and not an owner, but a partner and maybe co.
Yeah. Hey everyone, I want to thank you for being part of Halftime Chats. This new update is really about our membership, and I'm really excited to be able to fully launch the membership page. There will be things like full interviews from day one. As soon as the interview drops, you get access to it without any ads on it. There'll be some exclusive member-only videos that will just be some behind-the-scenes stuff and some other things that we will never be broadcast. For some members, you can be able to get actually 2 interviews, because I do have a backlog of almost 7 or 8 interviews that I don't even know when I'm going to be able to broadcast them. So you're able to get at least some of those up front, and some just behind-the-scenes stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that I have never been able to talk about or release. For everyone else, the videos will still be the same over a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks, depending on how long it is. So everything stays the same. The polls stay the same. The community chats, the community stuff stays the same. But I think with the membership stuff, I'm able to add a little bit more and invest a lot more time and energy in really supporting the members. So I do hope you come on that ride with me. I appreciate the support, and this will just help me continue to invest in taking things to the next level. Take care.
I begin to
You know.
I begin to